Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while, I'm sorry. I've taken a bit of a break and played another game for a while, but don't worry, I am back with a vengeance. Today, I'm obviously starting a new world again because I am mod free and the other one wouldn't load without the mods. So, I'm going to be using creative mode just to help myself catch up for a bit because I've restarted several times now in the last few days or couple of weeks and it's gotten a bit old. Anyway, to start, I thought this time, I'm sick of building farms, so I'm just going to move on from that for now. I've always wanted to build a trucking depot. I'm even thinking instead of making an automated farmer, I'm going to make an actual tractor and trailer unit that I can just drive around and drive over my farms. Will be a lot more fun. And anyway, the trucking depot here is going to be on the road. They're just going to drive in straight, automatically get unloaded and drive out the other side and or park / carry on and go back to work. That's the plan. Trucking depot. And then lots of trucks. Let's see what happens. I've just realized this is going to be a lot easier to do if I build a truck first, so at least I have something to sort of work around. Turns out apparently I want to do this the hard way and start with the building first. The idea is pretty simple. Once we drive in, we need to be able to drive out the other side. It needs to work from both ends, and I'm thinking of using this as my parking bay, walling it in. Let's see what that looks like. Very, very basic shape laid out here. Let's actually make a start on the truck. And the first truck is going to be relatively simple, I think. Electric driven. It's going to be the one capable of delivering goods to the processing plants and deliver them, once they're packaged, to the trader afterwards. So my general hauler, really. Starting to get some very, very basic shape to it. Needs a lot more work. I'm trying to go for the whole low and wide or low and fat look, if that makes sense. I don't know how it's going to work out with dual wheel steering though. That may all change. Yeah, I don't know where to put the engines. I wanted to get them up here, but with the big fat wheels there isn't really space. Okay, down the back wheels, I've put on one of my hyper wheel arrangements. If you've seen my suspension tips and tricks, you'll know what that's about. Down here. So we should have really, really good power and drive, and even though we don't have suspension, still maintain perfect ground clearance the whole way along. Well, except for when we're doing very, very high speed, but I'm not building this to be a high speed vehicle, just a very powerful vehicle. I just don't. I think the steering might be too heavy, but I'm hoping it's quite long, but I'm hoping the double wheels will help overcome the effectively dual rollers we have on the back just to help it turn properly, but we'll see what happens once we get there. I still have absolutely no idea where to put the actual engines. Like I say, I wanted to hide them in there. This cab feels too big. See, but the problem with the cab is if I make the cab smaller, when I get out, it's not going to put its seat's not going to push me out sideways anyway. Oh, actually it might push me out sideways if I put a roof in it, but not that block. So if I get out now, I get stuck in the roof. Okay, no, never mind. I'm going to change all of this up. I think I should start using some angle blocks too. Time to have fun with the angle blocks. And, well, the idea is pretty simple for the trailer. There will be a pivot point connection here at the center of the rear axle, making all of the downforce from the trailer come straight to these back wheels. The front wheels do actually have some suspension in them, as they should not be affected by any of the heavy loads. That's just to help me get good traction, like I say, to help improve that front steering. Okay, I played with the angle blocks for a little bit, and it sort of looks like a truck now. A lot more shaping needs to be done. I don't think I will get too carried away yet. We'll make it all work, get the trailer going, and I'll probably do like a refinement later on. But we will still do a bit more for now, and paint will help a lot too. I did find place for the engines back here. Not very good, but it works, and we should hopefully still be able to see our fuel gauge once we're driving along. And as always, we can't forget the spawn point under the seat. Mine's half blocked by the frame, but it doesn't matter, it still works perfectly. I think the next truck that we build will have a bigger cab on it so that we can have one of those sleeper units in the back. I think that will look quite cool too, and then we don't have to hide the spawn point under the seat like normal. But this one's gonna stay as it is for now. Done a little bit more now. I've put on some door handles and some kickboards, or whatever they're called, some steps so you can get up. I did originally have the buttons up here, but it just didn't look right, so now that's where the buttons are, and you can access the cab, and the doors will automatically close behind you. I'll never stop if I don't stop fiddling with it. There's obviously still a lot I could do, but I think I'm going to leave it at that for now and just build a trailer and do some paint. Get everything working first before I get too carried away. I was thinking about the trailer, and in my head I started making truck noises, because, you know, that's just the sort of rubbish I do. And I wish I could make this thing actually sound like a truck. It's going to look a bit funny sounding electric. It doesn't really look like an electric truck. Sounding electric. Electric has no sound. I suppose in the game it does, in my defense. I've hooked it up, and it works. I need to hook up the front and see if it improves the steering, but it doesn't handle too terribly. I mean, it is a big truck after all, but it would be nice if I could reduce that turning circle. And with my engines turned up, they're too torquey, so they want to flip the rear axles. That will obviously stop once we have a trailer and some weight on here to keep everything down. I'll also chuck on some guardrails just to help it along when we're unloaded. You can also just turn the power down. Well, that's way better now that I've made it drive from the front wheels as well. It turns really well now. It still wants to kick up really bad in the back, as you can see, but it won't flip or do anything anymore. But that's okay, we'll sort that out. Like I say, it's designed to have a big load on it. So for the moment, it works great, and we should have fantastic suspension all the way around, just like that. And we shouldn't have any lag caused by it, because all of the weight added to the vehicle goes directly to these wheels and on the support, which has no suspension in it. The only suspension is here on the front, and no matter what angle the back is on, it always pivots off that central point. So even though there's two wheels, it's always gonna balance evenly just like it had before and sit nicely on the front wheels. So that part works really well. Once again, I explained it like rubbish, but I'm sure you can see for yourself. Let's just get a trailer on this thing now. I made one final adjustment before I started building the trailer because I realized we didn't have it. We need to be able to pivot that way as well, so this now rolls on two bearings there as well as pivot there, so our trailer should have a good range of motion. It can't twist yet, unfortunately, but I will still put that in somewhere. Okay, now it can twist there on that elbow as well as rotate there, if you can see that. So we have all three axes there now, and let's build the trailer. It's still not going to be for climbing giant hills. It's not going to hit angles anywhere near that extreme, but that's okay. Okay guys, it's done. That's the trailer. And the rig as it stands. I've just basically put an exact same set that's on the back here. I have also put on some angle blocks there so that we can still pass over it, we can still utilize this to put our crates down, but when we're just normally traveling around, it's going to give them a nice bit of travel. We also have all three axes represented there at the hitch point. So the trailer should work and behave really well. And being electric, we should have a lot of power. I like that. Oh, and I've set the shocks on the front as well. Here, I'll show you. So you'll see the shocks. And only the cab will pivot when it goes over bumps. That's what I was talking about earlier. It's not going to affect the load. See what I mean? I know it was only a small bounce, but the truck cab independently pivots of the trailer, so that's great. Let's go for a test drive, eh? I'm happy with that. Let's find some bumps. There's a small pothole over this way, and then we'll go and find some big bumps. Lovely, lovely. Big bumps. Big bumps. Big enough, I guess. Can we come in here? Yep, thing is great. Back wheels behave exactly as I want them to. Let's zoom out. Oh, other way. There we go. Now we can see. Back wheels do their thing, hopefully. Where's... No more bumps. Let's go back this way. Excellent. Those back wheels traveling nicely, and even when we have a load on, like I say, they shouldn't interfere too much with the load, so it should be fantastic all round. Where's the truck stop? There's the truck stop. Hey! I just realized the piece of road I've chosen to build my truck stop on is a dead-end roundabout. That's kind of cool. I should utilize that into the build somehow so that the trucks can just keep driving around and out. We've still, yes, excellent. Only one of the lanes here is blocked off. We still have one complete lane to get through here. How fantastic. Right, oh, we haven't tried reversing yet. Alright, let's see if we can reverse park the truck in there. High throttle thing may make this a challenge. Yeah. Come on. Go that way. Now straighten out. Can you? There we go. And close enough. It's because I've used electric. If I'd used gas, you would get a nice throttle and it would work nicely, but electric is on and off massive torque, so that's why it does that. But that's okay. Hopefully, once we've built this correct, it won't actually matter because you won't need to reverse it. You'll just be able to drive all the way around and park in the appropriate bay. But you do have reversing if you need it. Now it needs paint. Oh, and I need to hook the hopper and stuff up too, so that works. And it dispenses. Fantastic. How many batteries do we have left? There was 9 in here, and then I've done all my playing. We're down to 3. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, so I've given it the typical paint scheme, the black and blue, but I think it looks quite good. Might need to do a little more detail work on the cab, but all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? Let me know. Its features consist of, well, the doors you know about, and I've hooked everything up inside. One is going to dispense our fruit, but it can only dispense our fruit if we are parked in front of, well, anything. The sensor on the front only has a 1 block range, so we have to be hard up against that tube, which extends out. I'll show you, and then that sensor will trip. So even if you park in front of a wall or a tree or something, that sensor will not activate. Therefore, you cannot ever waste your fruit. And then what we have is obviously some nice work lights. They're pretty good at night. And radio in the cab. We are set now. Let's head to the packing station and drop off our first load. Oh, let's go in the other entrance. And tomatoes I've got in my chest. Oh. There we go. The 3 green or blue triangles of the blue stripe also lines me up perfectly in the center, and as you see, that opens and sort of extends out a little bit or lets the hopper go in, which trips that sensor at the bottom. And anyway, now when we push the magic button, we start delivering our fruit. Look at that. And then once you finish... Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is the chest here that you obviously stick all your fruit in. You don't see the numbers because I'm still in unlimited, but there were a few in there. Now, we'll head over the other end and pack up our goods. I've put the hump down the back on purpose so that it makes it easy for you to load your crops. You don't have to do any of that annoying double handling stuff. Awesome. Trailer is loaded. 24 crates on it. I'm sure we can put a lot more on it and make the trailer a lot bigger. I'm sure the truck has plenty of power, but this is plenty for our first test drive. Let's head over to the trader. Well, so far so good. Handles like a dream. How do we get to the trader? I've not been there before. Can I go this way, or am I going to get... Yeah, I'm sure we can. Just navigate between these trees here. Oh no, there's a pond. We go around the pond. And the stones. Oh, I love the handling on this truck. It is awesome. Those rear wheels still have plenty of travel. Oh, I very much like this truck. It works very well. The whole stopping and starting isn't brilliant because of the torque, but oh, it doesn't even know this hill is here, guys. We can easily add more load. We've got so much power. Sorry, I took a horrible route there on purpose to test it. But here we go, coming into the trader now. Oh, I should have checked. But from my experimenting, that's probably only going to use 1 or 2 batteries to get us to the trader. It does not use much fuel. It handles much, much better with the load on it. There we go. Come on. Excellent. And we can unload. That's brilliant. Well, I hope you guys like my delivery truck. I'm really happy with it. I need to do a lot more work on the delivery station, and I think I can make this trailer a fair bit bigger, maybe even a fair bit wider. My main concern was that we would fit through the tunnel, but I think there's lots of space. I think I should make this trailer double wide. But that's fantastic for now anyway. I am going to call it there for now, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.